Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm here with my homie Rex from Dynamite Entertainment. What's up,
What's
Rex?
what's going on, buddy? What's going on, viewers? So we were just talking, like we always do, a little bit about football because it's always Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Right before we do our show, and yeah, I was kind of half in and out. It's the Steelers and the Vikings. I'm like, I'm like ambivalent about the two teams.
Yeah.
But it was an ugly game, man. I mean, the Steelers look. I don't know. Ben just looked old and tired, and they were coming off a short week, and they could not stop Minnesota on the ground in that first half, dude. They were just chewing up yards. It was crazy to watch. I think I know you looked it up. What they have on the ground? I mean, it was crazy how much they were running. It was just big, massive holes. They were just running at will.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, because I had asked you, like, hey, who played last night? Because I hung out with my lady, one of those rare nights where I didn't have anything scheduled to do. So we actually watched a couple movies and hung out. But
Right.
it looks like, yeah, Vikings won 36-28. Let's see if I can find. Let's see.
I dozed off actually, and then woke up and saw the score. And I'm like, holy moly, what happened? All of a sudden, the Steelers started coming back, and but Ben looks old and tired, man. And he took some hits in that first half. He took
Yeah.
some hard hits, man.
The Vikings went 242 on the ground,
Yeah,
and the Steelers went 106.
yeah. I mean, the first half, they couldn't stop the Vikings on the ground. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But I'm not that surprised because ever since Kirk Cousins was with Washington, I always felt like he just wasn't that marquee quarterback that you could really get behind and that would take you all the way through. It never seemed that way. He'll
Yeah.
have moments where he's great, and then have moments where he misses. And he did it last night. He was missing open receivers and just leading them too much or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I just don't. So it was quite a shock to see the Steelers come back. But I mean, the Steelers are looking at a full rebuild. I mean, I don't see another season out of Ben. I mean, that'd be crazy.
Well, the rumors are that he's already told the team that this is his last year. And honestly, his last year probably should have been last year or the
I
year
would say
before.
I would
But
say 2 years ago. To be quite
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah, and definitely last year. I understand why he wouldn't want his last year to be the year with no fans in the stands. But at the same time, man, you want to I don't know. It's hard to judge when to go out. When you want to leave and bow out gracefully, or you wind up like Brett Favre in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to do
I,
something.
I think everybody should follow the Drew Brees method of giving it up. He ended on a high note. He was still an excellent marquee quarterback. Not everybody can be Tom Brady. I don't see Ben Roethlisberger just eating or living the way that Tom lives. I mean,
Yeah,
that's an anomaly. But he took some shots in that first half and coming off a short week. They reported during the game that even in a normal week, he doesn't practice Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then Thursdays he comes in and just tries to do his thing, and then and it's kind of try to preserve that old body. But I mean, he just looked rough, man. But
yeah.
he managed to put together in the second half, a decent game to catch him up. So I mean, he's still a smart quarterback. That didn't go away, but I don't know about the body, man.
Yeah, it's Steelers definitely need to. I think we've talked about that before. How they should have already been focused on building up the next quarterback and things like that. And so
I
now they're
think
gonna.
2 years ago, yep.
Yeah, so now they're
Now
gonna
you're
have
going to
to.
have a very rough year next year. I mean, but
Yeah,
you do have some, like it looks like Russell Wilson's going to leave the Seahawks no matter what. So, there's going to be quite a bidding war. Now I heard that there was a report yesterday that Philadelphia was not named as one of the destinations he was looking for. They were
oh
talking New
shucks.
Orleans. But I mean, it didn't come from Russell, so who knows? And the Seahawks might be more motivated to work with Philadelphia because Philadelphia's got a bunch load of first round draft picks, coming
Hmm.
up next draft. So they might have a little bit more leverage and value to strike a deal with the Seahawks.
Yeah,
So, but
I
we'll
have
see.
faith that the Steelers will rebound eventually and rebuild quickly enough. I still think they got one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game. I mean, not quarterbacks, one of the greatest coaches in the game today. Mike Tomlin, I think, is just amazing.
I don't know if he can do what I think Belichick this season has surprised everybody with that kid.
Yeah.
And then that game that they played that against the Bills, that was brilliant. I mean, the
It's a
wind was
crazy
whipping
game.
around, gusts of 45, 50 miles an hour.
What was
Okay,
it? 3
and what do you
pass
do?
attempts. They only
Three
tried.
pass attempts. Think about it. That's a smart coach. He's got a young kid. He's got a rookie quarterback. The wind is just blowing. And, you really can't attack him in the air. And he just kept pounding it. And the first couple of series, they didn't. They weren't having much success with it, but he stuck with it. And they kept pounding it on the ground, pounding it on the ground. That's old style football right there.
Yeah, man, smash mouth, right? They just totally like they wore him down, man. And Allen, he kept trying to pass, and he was doing good for those conditions. But then at the end, he just had that defense was fired up for the Patriots, and I don't want to see a Patriots-Bucks Super Bowl, but it is starting to seem a little bit more like.
But why wouldn't you?
Man, because I want to see the Cowboys.
Give it up, bro. Give it up.
No, man, I'm a real fan, bro. I mean, we got a big game this week, I guess, against Washington, in Washington. But we got, all of our pieces back now. So that's really cool. But then Micah Parsons has been placed on, injured reserve or something like that. I don't know, man, what's going on there. But
it's going to be Bucks Patriots, dude. I'm just saying. Come on.
Watch it be the most, it'll be Packers Ravens, and we're like, oh, okay, sure.
No, are you kidding me? But a Tampa Bay Buccaneers Patriots Super Bowl will probably generate some of the highest ratings in Super Bowl history.
You're right. I mean, there's
no question.
Yeah, and if the NFL is rigged, like John likes to say, then that's where we're going, right? Is to have the rematch of the rematch of the rematch.
You're talking about a WWE fan. Come on.
Yeah,
right? He thinks everything's rigged.
All right. So not only are we talking about football today, we'll be talking about comic books too. If you're not aware, me and Rex do a show over at the EXP, The Experience, link in the description below. We do that every Monday night starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Do that for 2 hours. Lots of great stuff available for best offers, for claim sales. We're talking about CGC books. We're talking about signed books, exclusive covers, lots of cool stuff, statues, reader sets and mixed packs and all that kind of stuff. It's always fun. They do the same show on Wednesday nights with AR Comics. And then, of course, you got the original art show with Nick on Fridays. Is that Fridays or Saturdays?
Fridays, 7 to 8 Eastern. Yep.
Yes, there you go. So always a fun time at the Experience. And it's not just about the deals and the great comic books and collectibles available, but it's also about that conversation and having that conversation with y'all. So we will be announcing the winner of the contest. If you participated in the chat on Monday's show, you've been entered to win in this drawing, and we'll be doing that here in just a little bit. But Rex.
And tonight's winner will be receiving 2 promo cards. Can you see it?
Let me
follow
you.
I will send you a picture of it momentarily.
Okay.
But it is a Vampirella Lucio Perillo crowdfunder collectors trading card exclusive premium, and then the Red Sonja 45th anniversary trading card set promo card. So that is what the winner will receive, and we'll run that drawing at close to the end of the show.
Heck yeah. And if you want to enter to win a drawing that we will announce the winner of on Monday's show, all you got to do is drop a comment below on this video. So be sure to check that out.
Just say Rex, hi, whatever.
Exactly. Rex, always have a lot of fun chatting with you on Fridays and, of course, on Mondays. But what do we got to look forward to this upcoming Monday?
And I always lead off with this because it literally is on top of my list because, so I just delete everything else and use it as a template. But it is the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles with a cover price of $3.99 or more. So really, you're looking at a retail price of $40. We give it away literally at $5, 50 cents a comic. A lot of reasons we do this. We kind of like as a thank you to our viewers to give them something that's just ridiculously affordable at 50 cents a comic. But also to introduce people to Dynamite titles. If you haven't read Dynamite titles, obviously as a publisher, we want you to. And we figure this is a great way to introduce you to the different titles that we have. And we make it random so that if you like the first one, buy a second one. We'll mix it up for you. Try not to duplicate. No guarantees, but usually when people order multiples, we try to do that. But we've had some of our regular viewers order like a lot of them. So it gets a little bit more difficult when you order more. with the holidays coming around, it's a great stocking stuffer for a comic book fan that you're buying for, a loved one, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
So that's always available. You said it. We always have our what we call our mega set, and that usually includes a CGC slab book, 2 autograph books, and a remark. Or sometimes we'll mix it up a little bit, and you'll get a CGC slab book, 1 autograph book, and 2 remarks.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great value if you're a collector and you're just starting out. It's a great deal. Usually we have it around $99, depending on what's actually in the mega pack. But it's a great way to start your collection. Gives you a little taste of everything. You got your slab book, you have your remark, your sketch cover remarks, and then of course your sign books. So great way to get things started at an affordable price.
And those things, by the way, do not last long. Usually, as soon as we announce that, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's
usually it moves pretty quick. So we've now, put one on every show. We also encourage during the show when Robbie's on with us, a lot of times, what really makes the show is our viewers posting in the chat, the interaction we have with them. If you've watched the show before, we're not scripting anything. We're talk about the ultimate, making it up as you go.
Yeah.
So, the viewers really make the show. I mean, I really believe that. So we look for your suggestions. If you're looking for something that you haven't seen us carry on our show, if you're looking for something new or something even specific, a vintage book, whatever the case may be, let us know. We'll try to bring it on air if we can. We just can't always guarantee. Like, you want a CGC slab, 9.0 Amazing Fantasy. I'm not sure I get my hands on that for you. But
He'll try, though. He'll try.
We'll try. Well, we'll throw it and see if it sticks against the wall. But most other things, even vintage. I mean, even silver and Bronze Age stuff, we can generally pretty much find it. So but let us know. That's part of the fun that we have is that we have people that tell us what it is they're looking for. We've done coin sets, comic coin sets, Vampirella. It was a 4-coin set with various artists, Perez, I think J. Scott Campbell, to name a couple. So, a variety of stuff. But we want to bring what the viewers want. So whatever that may be, let us know. But the other thing we talk about a lot is that we have a lot of fun on the show. It's not your typical claim show. We're not, nothing against those shows. Those are great. But we don't just throw a comic after comic after comic. We break it up. We can talk about anything. I mean, the subjects have ranged from football, because both Robbie and I are huge football fans, and we're fans of opposing teams in a rivalry. Yeah. So we talk about it a lot. But our conversations can also drift to spam, which has taken up an inordinate, and that really, I noticed that our viewers really enjoy the spam talking.
Yeah, it's a goal of mine to somehow interject spam at some random point in the show and just watch and it's usually fun when that happens.
And after the show's on Monday, I usually go home and eat a can of spam, because I got spam on the mind. And then we do it as Robbie said, we do it Mondays from 6 to 8, and Robbie's always with us. Wednesdays with Alec over at AR Comics, 6 to 8, all times Eastern, that I'm telling you. And then Nick comes on Fridays, and it'll be on tonight, 7 to 8, his original art show. Nice. So that we do that weekly. And so if you're an original art collector, even if you are just a fan of original art, as we say, don't necessarily have to buy anything. But if you're looking to just oogle, at tremendous original art, it's a great show to watch, because a lot of the stuff comes out of Nick's personal collection. And,
Nick's got to have a crazy collection, by the way, because I just saw on IG, because, we get that really terrible news this week about George Perez.
Yes.
And he's got the original page of his last comic book work, that White Tiger page from that, I was at Marvel 1000 or something like that. Like, I was like, wow, he's got to have like so much wild, cool, fun stuff, man.
He does. And quite honestly, for years, he didn't really, he made a sale here or there, or traded, or, bought some here and there, but really hasn't seen the light of day until we started doing the shows on the Experience, and to kind of bring it to the fans. We talked about this. It's like those people that collect any kind of fine art. and you put it down in your basement or whatever, never to be seen. Well, what's the point in that?
Yeah.
Share that stuff with everybody else. But you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick, ends up talking a little bit about George Perez. I know Nick's known him for a lot of years and stuff. And when I heard about the news, I knew that Nick would be pretty upset about it. And it is tragic news, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hate hearing it, man. I really do. But I guess, I don't know. I saw somebody say this, and not that there's any positive to this, obviously, but at least we get to kind of show George how much we love his work and how influential he is while he's still here. You know what I'm saying?
A legendary, absolutely legendary creator. So, it really is. It's always hard to hear, for anybody. Not just, everybody's lost somebody. If you're lucky to live long enough, you're going to end up losing some people, but someone of his caliber of his legendary status as a creator in the comic book world, it's really a sin. It's horrible news. It really is.
Yeah, I never got to meet George Perez, so that's something that I do regret. We were going to get him at one of our cons at some point, but then that was right around the time where he was about to retire from cons, and it just didn't work out. And I was like, that was my shot. And that was the year I think we had Marv Wolfman there. The plan was to have both of them there.
Right.
But, unfortunately, he wasn't able to show up.
So I want to segue into a topic. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's run across my Facebook feed, but I guess Marvel released a comic with Saquon Barkley. Have you seen this?
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
No, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, there's some sort of. Let me see if I can pick it up. I literally saw it. I'm not sure how that's going to do, but I thought it's an interesting. Since we talk both football and comics at the same time.
Oh yeah, there's a variant for Black Panther #1. Yeah,
it just flashed up, and I kind of stopped and looked at it, and I was like, "Well, what's this?"
Yeah, that's weird. It looks like an exclusive somewhere.
Yeah, it's an exclusive somewhere. I read some of the comics. It was pretty funny. People were like, I wish he had vibranium knees, and can you make his legs vibranium? Is he hurt in the comic? It was hilarious, some of these comments.
That's hilarious. Yeah, looks like it's just going to be on the cover, but that's interesting. If it's an exclusive, it must have been like they know this guy or something, maybe. Or I guess,
I guess that's what it is. I think it's been tried before. I don't know how well it's going to work. You can have like you and I, you can have football fans and comic collectors, but they don't necessarily want those two to mix. Like those people who eat their food, but they can't have their food touching. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's almost kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We have it's interesting. Okay, so like Marvel will sometimes get together with ESPN and they do these like mock-up covers for college football, right? They usually do it for the playoffs or right before the season starts, right? Now they are not published comic book covers. They are literally just like a promotional piece of art that they put out. It just exists digitally as like advertising and promotion, right?
Right.
And of course, Alabama is always one of the premier, teams in college football for the last couple decades, right? Pretty much. And of course, before that at times too, right? I'm an Auburn fan though, so I don't really care. But so they always have these things, and I get nothing but calls from people at the shop like, "Oh, I want this cover with the Alabama on it," and I'm just like, "That's not an actual." No, I've seen it online. It's a comic book cover. It's like, I promise you, it's just digital. And like, if they would actually publish that, they'd sell a lot down here. I'll tell you that.
What's interesting is I thought that crossover may happen because last season, I guess because of the pandemic, you notice on every football show, preview show, they had all of the players, with literally a comic, what felt like a comic drawn headshot. I guess because they couldn't get people in studios to take the headshot or whatever. Yeah. So I thought maybe that was the time it was going to cross over. Maybe it will. I don't know.
They're still using it. At least Fox is still doing it. At least I think where you see it, and I'm like, man, they look really good.
Yeah,
obviously,
they do.
Yeah, they look really good. So, and I was like, do they have to do everybody? Like, does this dude have to draw everybody? Like, in case Dak is out, he's got to draw Cooper Rush. Like, You know,
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe
Or
it's probably
maybe
it
they
may
took
not
an
even
old
be an
maybe
artist anymore, right? It may
but
actually just be some kind of app that does it
yeah,
for them.
that's what I'm saying, right? It could literally be just something they turn in, into a computer and it spits it out,
Yeah.
So it's hard to say because that'd be a lot of faces to draw, man.
Yes, it
That would
would.
be a lot of work,
That'd
right?
be a
And
lot
then
of
they
work.
get traded. Then what do you do?
Yeah. And well, if anybody's going to pay artists good, hopefully the NFL could afford it, right?
Well,
But you
look at
never
look
know.
at that scandal with the cheerleaders and what they were paying them. There's
Oh,
no
I
guarantee
know.
there.
Right? Like, what's that stuff? Like they basically, I don't know. I remember seeing something about the Dallas Cowgirls in particular about how they they gotta pay to get to the place themselves. They gotta pay for their equipment. Like they
Yep.
don't really make money. They it's kind of almost like it's an honor to be there. So you should just I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff, especially what's coming out of Washington and the whole Gruden thing. It's gonna be interesting.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah,
So
fun stuff. We got lots of cool comic books available this week. One thing that highlighted to me immediately is that we've got where is it on this list? I know there's a Secret Wars. Yes.
yes,
#1 Dynamic Forces exclusive Gold Elite Signature Series signed by Mike Zeck. That's fantastic. Mike Zeck is a super cool dude, great artist. I just recently was talking about him because I did my top 5 Spider-Man comic books of all time. I did a video
right.
for that. And #2 is Kraven's Last Hunt for me. And Mike Zeck's artwork is amazing. So I just wanted to show this off. But there's my copy of,
Nice.
my trade paperback of Secret Wars. But I do have it signed by Mike Zeck and
Nice.
Jim Shooter right there. But even better, and I really got to get this framed. This is one of my favorite comic book covers. Whoops. This is one of my favorite comic book covers of all time. And so I got this signed by Mike Zeck.
Oh, very cool.
Dr. Doom, Secret Wars #12
So,
or 10.
oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Giant size too. So yeah, you know what? Let's run through what we're gonna have real quick on Monday night. As I said, the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. We're always going to do a deluxe mega mix set, so that'll be either CGC slab with 2 autographs and a remark, or 2 remarks and an autograph book. We always bring a statue on. I'm going to be honest, this week has been jam-packed, so I haven't actually picked the statue yet. But I will do so probably sometime today or early Monday morning, and it'll be a surprise for everybody that joins us.
Yeah, it's always fun. I don't remember who won the one from this week. It was the Deja Thoris one, but they got that for a steal, bro.
They did.
Holy cow.
I forget who won.
Was that Adrian or somebody? It was like 130?
It might have been.
Something like
yeah,
that?
it might have been. I don't remember. I start to get so forgetful, because the statues are usually, so that's the other thing for people that haven't joined us. We have 2 types of claims. So we have the buy it now. We'll tell you the price. First person to claim it, they take it. Then we have the best offer of the night. So that generally, from the point that we announce it to 7:55, 5 minutes before the show ends, we get best offers in, and the person with the highest offer at the end of the night ends up winning that. So that's how we usually do it. But so the statue will be determined. And then we got Thor #8, Frankenstein. This is right up your alley. The Thor horror variant by Francis Yu, signed by Donny Cates. We'll have Thor the Worthy #1, signed by another legendary creator, Walt Simonson.
Oh, for sure.
The Green Hornet #4, black and white variant, signed by Mark Waid to make John happy.
Yeah, John will be ecstatic.
But then to make John unhappy, we have the All-Star Batman #1 Dynamic Forces exclusive J. Lee variant, signed by John Romita Jr. Can't get him too happy.
Yeah.
And then we have Punchline #1, signed by James Tinian IV, who's super hot right now. Death of Wolverine #1, and this is the M&M Comics Alamo City Comic-Con exclusive variant, signed by the Dodsons. True Believers Deadpool #1, reprinting New Mutants #98, signed in blood red by co-creator Fabian Nicieza.
Nice.
We have the Miss Fury #6, high-end Billy Tan blood red ultra limited edition cover. Walking Dead. I've noticed that we've had a lot of Walking Dead fans out there, so I've been trying to mix it up, bring a little bit more Walking Dead. So we have a Walking Dead #192, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Also, Hack Slash versus Chaos #1. Ken Hazer, Casey Hack, remark edition. As you know, huge fans of Ken Hazer.
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool #1, signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Beato. Kirby Genesis #0. Now this one's going to be a sharp one. DF exclusive silver signature series signed by Alex Ross.
Beautiful.
And then someone you're a fan of, Secret Wars #1, the Dynamic Forces Gold Elite signature series signed by Mike Zeck.
Yep.
The $6 Million Man, Season 6, #3, high-end Alex Ross, ultra limited edition Virgin art cover. Legendary Red Sonja #1, Blood Red Comics Pro exclusive. Joker 80th anniversary spectacular #1 blank variant with the Joker on it. He did several, but each Joker is different. A reincarnation of someone who's played Joker in the TV or the movies.
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock #1, CGC graded 9.8. Spider-Gwen #19, first printing Resurrection variant by Clayton Crane, also CGC guaranteed 9.8. And then a Red Sonja's The Superpowers #2, the Joseph Michael Linsner Virgin CGC graded cover at 9.8. So we'll
Love
have
those
all
Linsner covers, man.
Yeah, so we'll have all these things on Monday night, shows from 6 to 8 on the Experience.
Yeah, we hope to see you there, and comment on this video below. You'll be entered to win a contest that will announce the winner on Monday Night Show. And if you're part of Monday Night Show, we'll announce the winner for a contest that you're entered into on today. In fact, it's time to go ahead and do that, right?
Let's spin that wheel.
Let's spin the wheel. Rockin Robbie's revolutionary randomizer of ridiculousness, and the winner is Triple B.
Triple B. Good guy. Like Triple B. All right. So Triple B, this is coming your way. The Vampy Perillo, don't want to get scolded.
Yeah.
Trading card exclusive promo card, and then the Red Sonja 45th anniversary trading card, promo trading card as well. And Triple B will get that out to you right away. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to doing the show again on Monday.
Yeah, we'll have a whole Sunday of football to talk about too, man. It'll be great.
Will.
Yeah.
We will. Should be interesting. I've lost hope. The Eagles aren't going anywhere. Forget about it.
Y'all should tank to get, that's like at a certain, but at the same
right now.
What do you feel about that? Do you think that, I get that you should, like, as a fan, sometimes I want my team to just tank it out so that they can get good picks, but at the same time, sometimes you don't want to see, like, them intentionally not do their best, right? So
it's, I don't know. I mean, we watched it with the Philadelphia 76ers, the process. And the problem is I think as a team, is that a good fiscal decision? Because I'll tell you, during the process, the Sixers tickets fell, almost to rock bottom on prices. Yeah. So do you really want to take that financial hit? I don't know. I mean, you have teams that are perpetually bad year after year, and they seem more than willing to do that. I don't know. I think the best method is the Bill Belichick method. Mm-hmm. Okay. Find a sleeper. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, like Tom Brady was a sleeper. Nobody expected him to be who he was. He was a 6th round draft pick, I think.
Yep.
And look what he turned out to be, the GOAT. So, I think you just got to be smarter than the average bear, that you can rebuild without having to blow everything up and have struggling years, because really last year they weren't very good, the Patriots, but it took 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden here they are.
Exactly.
I mean, that's something. I mean, and I'm not a Belichick fan, but you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I typically don't like that guy either. And but his last press conference, he actually cracked a joke, and I was like, huh. I kind of that's probably why I don't like him, because he's just always so.
Yeah, I mean, my problem with that is that's fine, but you're in an entertainment business, bro. Your job is to talk to the press and the public. I mean, you're not curing cancer over there.
Okay, I can't imagine. I get it though. I can understand how some of the could you imagine like having a heartbreaking loss and then they're asking you like why? Yeah. What did you think? Like that's my favorite ones. Whenever they ask people what they think, they're like, "What do you mean? What I think? What do you think I think?
That's true.
I feel like crap right now, man."
Yeah, yeah. But the one thing I think is that a lot of coaches end up, whenever they talk too much, they end up giving the media more fodder.
Yeah.
And you really don't get that with Belichick. I mean, what else can they write? Well, he was a jerk. He was gruff. He didn't answer any questions. And, well, okay. All right. Maybe he is a jerk. Most of, anybody outside the Boston area thinks he's a jerk.
Yeah.
All right, but he doesn't give you anything more to hang on to, you know?
Another reason why I like Mike Tomlin so much is his post-game conferences, and I love it when he gets upset too. Like this year, they asked him if he was going to take the job at USC, and if you haven't seen that clip, y'all, just look it up. It's rather funny, his response, like whether or not he would go to college football. His basic response was like, I have the greatest job in the world. Why would I ever downgrade to go to college football?
He's right. He's right.
All right. Rexton, thank you for being here, buddy.
Thank you, as always, brother.
All right. We appreciate you out there for watching. Join us on Monday night. It's going to be a great show at the Experience. Link in the description below. We'll see you there. Hope you win the contest, and station.